Are you religious? I don't know if I've ever asked you this.
No, I'm not religious.
No, have you ever been?
Yes, I have been. Yeah.
What was your, if you don't mind saying, like what was your, when you were?
My grandma started taking me and my brother to church, to a Christian.
That's how I started going to church. My grandma, grandmas.
When we were about 7 or 8, yeah.
It was a Christian church?
It was a Christian church.
And then how long do you think you went there for?
We just went occasionally for a few years, maybe 3 or 4 years occasionally with
So you said
her.
around 8, so 8 to 12 maybe ish?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then how did you feel when you went to church? Like what was your experience like there?
I kind of enjoyed it, but I also thought it was boring. But as a kid, I like, it was just kind of weird and just like strange.
Church is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Was it like, were you ever connected to church?
Connected to church? Like
the way that someone that does go to church regularly now, they always talk to you about like, oh, I just feel special when I'm there and I feel like I'm meant to be there and I'm doing God's will. Did you ever feel any of that?
I think I've had some good experiences in church where I'm listening to the sermon or the preacher and like getting my own message out of it.
Yeah.
Because I've been to church like throughout my life on different occasions, like different churches and stuff. And I've had good experiences with the message, and I've read through some of the Bible and like picked up a lot of good gems out of there, I think.
Were you ever during your 3 or 4 years when you went to church? I know you were young, right? And kids just have a weird issue connecting on that level with anything. So maybe the answer is no. But I'll ask anyways. Was there ever a point where you felt like saying my God? Did you ever use that term, like my God or God, like, and know that like you literally believe in that? Or was it always just like you repeating the shit you heard?
Well, I think over time it became like a search. It became like a searching thing. Like,
were you more like trying to figure things out?
I was driven.
See you like that,
I was
man.
driven to like figure out like what is my God? What is my God? Like, is my God the God of the Christian Bible, or what
so
I mean?
even while you were going to a Christian church, you were kind of still trying to figure out like what you believed in?
Yeah, I was still searching and still conflicted because like as I grew older, I just wanted to read more of like the ancient wisdom and stuff.
Yeah.
So I started reading like Buddhist books, the Tao and stuff. The Tao or the Tao.
What is that?
That's like a Chinese religion.
You started reading these when you were a kid?
Like in high school.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I started reading those.
So when did you stop going to that Christian church? And did you stop going because you didn't believe in it anymore? Or did you stop going for other reasons?
Well, I think, I've always just been, like, I kept going to church occasionally, though. I was never, like, a steady church-going every Sunday guy at a specific church. But throughout my whole life, I've always gone to church, like, some Sundays, like, maybe every other week, or just in a few times a year, depending. Yeah. Sometimes I would go, like for a time, I went, like, it was weird, but it's random, but I'd always go into different churches. I've always been
Would they always be Christian churches?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever gone to a different church?
I think I went to a Catholic church a couple times just with friends.
It's fucking way different, huh?
It is different, yeah.
Which is weird, because as far as belief systems, they're actually pretty similar.
Yeah, they go both off the Bible, right?
There's a reason why I'm asking all this, by the way, and I'll get to that in a second. So you went to church for a while. It sounds like you're the kind of person that always kind of thought, like, cool, this is more of information, but I'm trying to gather all this information to figure out what I believe in. So then, so when you stopped going to church, it wasn't like a decision. It was more of like you just kind of like was more interested in other things, or what would you say?
Yeah, I still really haven't I don't go to church. Like I'm still open to go to.
Like if your grandma called you right now, would you go on Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'll even be like, hey, we should go to church and just take Daniela and the kids and go.
Yeah. And then, so where do you think you stand today? Like if someone asks you, are you religious? I'll ask you, are you religious? What would your response be?
No, I'm not religious.
And then, but how do you feel? Like, would you consider yourself spiritual? Would you consider yourself, what would you consider yourself, if anything?
Well, I feel like I'm still on that search. Like I do believe that there is a God or a higher power, right? Mm-hmm. Like a intelligent force that's working in the universe, or like built into the universe, or that is the universe, like the whole universe is basically God. Like I've always just continuously searching to like form my own conception of what religions are looking after. It's like the search for that higher power and like a way to worship and live on a spiritual basis, you know, like ways to pray, or like doing offerings or mantras or chants or stuff, like all of those things. Like, what is it for? What is it about? It's about forming a relationship with the higher power and like forming your own conception, because I feel like every individual has their own knowledge of what the religions are talking about, like a God or a Jesus Christ, like a savior, a savior man, or a God being, you know. And all of the religions, they have different perspectives of what that being is and how to connect with it. So I feel that, to me, that's like real exciting to just keep reading up on what around the world, what everybody thinks it is, and to form and just integrate that into my own idea of, okay, like what's really going on and how can I connect with this being, or even with myself in a way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I think that's really cool. That's one of my favorite things about you. I think that me and you are very similar in that way. You, first of all, you're very different. Do you mind if I tell you this?
No.
When I first met you, man, you know what I liked about you is that you didn't try to impress me, right? And I mean that in the most normal way, right? I'm not saying that everyone tries to impress me, but as a human natured thing, when you meet someone you don't know, you tend to say and do things, human beings do, to make that person like you because you want to be liked. And I remember when I first met you, you didn't do that at all. And if anything, it was quite the opposite. You said some off-the-wall shit.
Yeah.
And if I wasn't the way that I am, I think I would have been like, and I'm being honest, I would have been like, Yemi, you're a fucking weirdo. I would have. Yeah. Right? But that's not what I thought at all. I think a regular, average person would probably have felt that way. But I remember thinking, wait, what? Like, wait, say that again? Do you remember me doing that to you? We're on the way to Rio Doso on the guys' trip. Yeah. You said something, and I said, I don't even remember what it was. It was something about yoga or something, or being one with the earth. And I was like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
But like, and then you explained it, and I go, wait, so you're saying, and I started deciphering what you were saying. Yeah. And by the end of it, like, I thought it was like one of the most enjoyable things in the world. But I really liked it about you because you at any point could have been like, never mind, dude, you're not good. You know what I mean? But you didn't care. I think at one point you're like, all right, let me start over. Like, you were like I really want you to understand this, you know? And so I like that you're authentically yourself. I truly like think that if you don't appreciate that about yourself, you for sure should, which I think you do. But I appreciate that about you. I think you're super authentic. You are who you are, and you're searching for information and you're analyzing it. And that's what I was doing whenever I met you. Was like, I didn't, this is a practice that I try to do in my everyday life, is when I find the people that I don't understand the most like intriguing people, and like I get super excited and into it, and because I want to understand that, right? And so it's like I think that's super cool about you. So when I'm listening to you right now talk about your feelings on religion and stuff, that's kind of exactly how I view you, which is someone that's not gonna just read some shit off a paper and then repeat it. You're going to figure out how you feel about it, incorporate the best parts of it that follow what you, and then have your own thing. I think that's pretty cool, man.